Let me tell you something. You know how I know that my
Can't go to
life
sleep?
was called?
Well,
Because let me tell
I got
y'all,
a
when I
story.
was a kid,
Want to hear it?
me and my sisters, we got took it from our mother.
Give me 20 minutes.
My mother, when we was younger, like about what? I think when I was even younger, my mama house caught a fire. It was so bad to where we was like stuck, like we was blocked off, so we had to jump out the window. And they had some look a man, like two cluckers, came to help us jump out the window. And I was scared to jump me. And I wasn't really scared, but I was scared that everybody wasn't gonna make it out. So I made sure that I was the last one out. So no, I think I jumped before my mama. I think my mama had to throw me out because I wasn't leaving her. And I don't know, it's like I'm trying to remember in my head, but it's like I knew I was crying because I did not want to leave my mama. And the fire was so close. It was like, y'all, but we was, okay, so the fire, if you know, you know. Where we was from this place called the Villa Dames. And um the way the Villa Dames was, when you walk into the apartment, the kitchen is right there on, like soon you walk into the apartment, this the kitchen. And then that's the front room. So it was like a little hallway, little dining area, kitchen, front room. So um, my mom was doing hair, and she had sprayed some some hairspray. And while she was spraying hairspray, she was lighting a cigarette, or the person was lighting a cigarette, or the person sprayed the hairspray and she was lighting a cigarette. However it went, it caught a fire. My mama arm was so burnt, y'all. My mama was really burnt. Like my mama whole arm was burnt, like all her skin was off off of her body. Like my mom went through so much. Like that woman right there. I understand, like, some of the things she went through. She kind of became numb in life, but she still knew how to treat people. So like sometimes it be really excuses when people be saying like stuff like, "Oh, I've been through this and I've been through that. That's why I'm like this and that's why I'm like that." I've been through a lot too. You know, almost got killed in a fight when I was a little girl. Got taken from my mama. Uh, got disrespect when I was a young lady, um, from another man. And I don't want to say, the word, but violated. Um, I was, I had, was in a shootout, and it was shooting all around me. And when I tell y'all, it was like I was in this box, this clear box. And it was like soon they went to shooting, it was like zoop, 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 zoop. Like, I don't know. It's just like I'm imagining it in my head, like how it was. Like, I'm hearing the noise of it. I pray this ain't no imagination, but this is how, like, the older you get, you really, really go to being on details. The more you learn about God, you really see like the stuff that He do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, no, I ain't tripping. Like, I know. I remember more to that story. It's like now I remember more as an adult than when I was a child. But when they started shooting, I was left in this big old field, like this big, big field. And I was like in the middle of the shooting. My mom had let me go play by this woman in her friend house who she used to go sit on the porch with, and I guess drink her little beer and smoke her little cigarettes. Well, because back in the days, that's what they used to drink. They used to be drinking like how y'all drink. Nowadays y'all drink like y'all real alcohol, like real alcohol. But when my mom and them was growing up, they drunk beer and they cigarettes, and it was good, you know. So, um, lady she used to go sit on the porch with, and she was she I think she had left, walked off to go do some check her food. I don't know what she was doing, but it was like right across the field. So mama house is on upstairs on the end in the field, and the lady house was upstairs. I mean downstairs on the end in the field, but it was cross, like kettle corner cross. But so all I know is as a little girl, I'm in the middle of the thing playing with her little girl, and I see buku boys just start running around, like getting into positions, getting into places, right? And I'm like, some war movie type stuff, right? So as this happening, my eyes is like, oh my god! But I see guns in the hand, like I see Uzis, millimeters, big guns and stuff, like I'm really in the movie, because around that time, only time I ever seen guns was in the movies, and in the movies the guns was always like big old guns and stuff like that. And um, as a kid, your thoughts is gonna be like, oh, this stuff is real, right? So the woman had grabbed her daughter, but she left me in the middle of the field. Instead of grabbing both of us, she grabbed her daughter and left me in the middle of the field. So it was just like I was just stuck, just standing there, like something was just like told me to stand there, like don't move, right in the middle of the field while they start shooting. And all I know, I heard pop, 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 pop. But as I'm hearing the shots start to the fire, I hear something going zoop, 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 like I was in this clear box. And it was like something magical was happening around me. And I could hear the bullets pow, boom, like that or whatever. But it's like I can also hear the silence, the peace, the still that was around me. Like when God talk about be still in what Luke 24:49, when they talk about to go in that place in Jerusalem, and you are until you are abided with the spirit, don't move. Like don't come until you on high. And that's how it felt like when that happened to me. Like I remember it felt like I was in this, like I couldn't even see the box, but I couldn't see the box when I was a little girl, but I could have seen the box. I could see the box now, but it was no box. It was just I'm seeing it in a spiritual room. Okay, how the box, how the how it was. It was like this clear protection, but it was like some type of bulletproof, bulletproof. And I was just looking, but it's like I can hear the guns, but I can hear I'm just peaceful. Like I can hear these things at the same time. Like God, I'm in the place with God. So it was like be peace, be still. It was like this, like even though peace is still, and it's like you also could experience peace. Like I experience peace even in chaos. Like some people experience peace only when it's peace. I experience peace even in the chaos. Like I experience peace when calmness wasn't even around. Because I experienced that place with God. I was in this place with God where I was abiding in Him. It was like I was in safety, like I was hiding out, but I peace on the outside of it. But within Him, it was peace. And I learned how to find those places whenever I'm going through something, or whenever I went through things, like as a little girl, we always was type of kids was going to therapy because we've been through a lot as kids, me and my sisters and my brother. Like we've been through a lot, so um and we still turned out to be beautiful kids, real beautiful. Like so, like that day when I was in that field, the peace that passed it all understanding. I know that when I really look at it, I didn't see that box as a little girl, but it was times when I'm growing up, you know, walking with God, riding in the car, and experience how I'm about to get into a wreck, and it was no way that my car could have did what it did. Have you ever been in that situation before? Where your car looked like something went shoot, shoot, shoot to it, but you you experienced it, but it was like those videos when you be seeing them people, angels are aware, be aware of angels. Like them videos be seeing angels and be saving people from out of situation. You me tell you how many situations I have been in like that. Like I witness him all the time. Like I witness it all the time. That's why I'm like, you know, sometimes in life you gotta be always adapt to him. Like be adapt to him. Be tapped in some kind of way with him because those things is what you experience. Now sometimes people experience things and they didn't even know it was him. I knew it was him since a little girl. I knew it was him. He was the only one that could have done it. So um, God has always been with me, protecting me, shielding me, like for me, like I never really accepted the life that I had, accepted who I were. You know what I'm saying? Because when I started to learn who God was, it was like I was growing. And all my life, I feel like it was favored, not because of, it was because of when you give your time out and pour out the fruits of God and give someone love when they need it, give someone support, you know, be kind. Kind is free. Love is free. Gentleness is free. Gentleness is free. Meekness is free. I probably wasn't always meek, but when I approach somebody, because, I don't just look at meekness as in folding some clothes and they neat, or um, keeping my house clean. You could also look at meekness as in keeping this clean, within you. And that's who I was. I was always that type of person. I was very unique when it came down to loving people and breaking down situations, helping people out in a situation, taking nothing and making it into something. And, that person go on by their day. Um, just showing a person that okay, it's not about what you don't have, it's about what you have and how you're going to use this in your position right now. And people loved that about me. Like I was the type of person that I could only have a sofa in my front room and a TV. I don't have to have no furniture, no bed, no nothing, but I'm gonna be grateful, and I'm gonna make that I'm gonna find my peace and my love. I'm gonna find God within it. Like I'm gonna find Him somewhere in the mix of whatever I'm going through. And people used to always tell me, "Oh, you just selling it for it. You don't care. You don't care. What you go through in life. Like you don't care." I'm like, First of all, me and you chasing two different things. Like, I don't have to chase things. It's going to come to me. And I'm okay if it don't come to me. But I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I know I can't get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to rush it. I'm not about to make other people feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be myself while helping others. Like, I can be myself while loving, while being kind. You know, like that's just something that was always with me. Like, I always grew up in that space. Like, I always was that type of person. You know what I'm saying? So God just was always walking with me. Like, he always walked it with me, talked it with me, chilled with me, cried with me, laughed with me. In the times when I was afraid, you know what I'm saying? It was times when I had to do wrong because I walked into the wrong. And I only way to walk out the wrong is to walk through the wrong. Like, man, y'all, bro. I could have a book, and my book is not based on how whoop, like my book is not based on, oh, I was treated so bad, or I went through this so bad, or your life wasn't this. No, it was the experience of my what I can write about the experience. Most people can tell you the story, but the experience of it when walking with God, you get a whole different sight. You get a whole different sight. Like, I wasn't blind in my experience of going through life with my trials and my tribulations. Like, I wasn't blind like most people. Like, most people could tell you the inside, the outside of the physical part. I could tell you both sides. Like, because it's not me that was being a witness with myself, but it was Jesus that was being a witness with me. You know what I'm saying? And once it confirmed it, yeah, that's what I just witnessed. I knew that it was speaking truth because I witnessed it. And so that's what God truly mean when he say be a witness of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it was so many times I done been through stuff. Like, I remember meeting my sisters them. And I have other stuff, but I'm just not going to go into those details. But I remember me and my sisters, we had got into a fire another time. And we was older. It was still us four girls, and we was living with my older sister. And the guy that stayed downstairs from us, it was cold, and he put his oven on to warm his house up, but he wound up leaving the shirt on the oven or something like that, and it caught a fire, and he didn't even knew he was. I guess he was asleep in there, and he had some burns on him too. But by the time he realized what was going on, the fire had got through like the cracks of things. So the whole building like burned. Like the whole building burned. And let me tell you something. God is so good because that day before, that whole week, they had people coming out asking people did they want insurance for their house. Did they want insurance? And my sister kept saying no. And then I was like, you better get some insurance, girl. You better get. And my sister wound up getting some insurance. And that next day the fire happened.